Gobble gobble, mother! A group of college friends have just gone out for their Thanksgiving break when they soon find themselves being hunted down by a killer turkey. How is one supposed to react to that? So let me go on record as saying this has got to be one of the absolute stupidest premises for a movie I have ever heard of in my life. That being said, I am 100% sure that that is exactly what the makers of the film intended. The acting's bad, the characters are stupid, the turkey is basically a puppet with a face that looks like that of a vulture, and he talks. Not to mention, all the college kids in this film are these really generic stereotypes. I mean, we have Johnny the jock, Billy, who's this overweight hick, Darren, an awkward nerd, Allie, who's this just stupid prude, and Kristen, who's just the good girl. So who do you think will survive? Personally, I don't think it really matters, as these have got to be some of the dumbest idiots I have ever seen grace the screen. In fact, I believe that the smartest character in this entire movie is the turkey himself. Let me repeat that. A turkey, which is considered by the majority to be one of the dumbest animals on the planet, is in fact the smartest character in this movie. I also believe he was by far the best actor in the entire movie, and considering the fact that he was a puppet, that's an impressive feat. I think that's mainly due to the voice acting, which was actually done by the film's director. Not to mention he does spout an awful lot of one-liners, most of which are pretty bad. You just got stuffed! Would you really expect anything else? Anyway, the film does have its moments. In fact, during the explanation of the backstory with the turkey, told by Darren, the nerd, there are actually some pretty inventive animations that go along to illustrate that, which I find impressive considering how low budget this film actually was. It was shot for only $3,500. That is cheaper than the Blair Witch Project, and that had almost no effects to speak of. That is impressive. Regardless, with every pro, there are about 5 cons that go along with it. One thing that's definitely all over the place is people's views on the subject matter, mainly Darren's story. This starts shortly after the story ends because Kristen ends up having a run-in with the actual turkey. But when she gets back to tell the others, Billy and Darren, of all people, don't believe her. They just burst out laughing. Dude, you just explained this whole legend. You knew about this stuff. You claimed turkeyologists study this stuff. Yes, I said turkeyologists. Just go with it. But then Johnny says he believes her. And then when she asks him if he really believes her, he remains silent, like he doesn't believe her all over again. And Allie just sort of goes along with what everyone else thinks, because she's a ditz who is completely incapable of thinking on her own. Even the next day, Kristen is starting to think that maybe she was just imagining things. Make up your minds! And that's not the only inconsistency. They got this running joke involving the JonBenet Ramsey case, and they actually laugh harder the second time someone tells the exact same joke. What, did you forget someone said it earlier that day? It wouldn't surprise me. Though the makers could have done this intentionally. That wouldn't surprise me either. Taking all of this movie's flaws into consideration, however, I have to say that there were some parts that genuinely made me laugh out loud. You have to admit there is a certain novelty about this whole idea. I mean, it's stupid, it's ridiculous, totally over the top, but it's clear that the filmmakers really wanted to have fun with it, and it definitely looks like that's what they were doing. I mean, sometimes when people see the turkey, they don't even have this adverse reaction. They just start questioning him and speaking with him. To be fair, would you really be afraid of a puppet? There's even a scene where the turkey goes to visit Kristen at her house, and his disguise is literally just glasses and a fake nose. And you know what? Her dad mistakes him for a midget dressed up like a turkey. Why? Because the dad is dressed up like a turkey too! Again, novelty. The filmmakers weren't trying to make something realistic. There is not one shred of serious material in this entire piece, and if you expected otherwise, well, you might as well just be one of the characters in this film. All things considered, I'm actually kind of impressed that the makers of this film managed to get it done and pull everything off. Also, if you've never heard of this film before, I do not blame you. It was in fact made by 2 college film students during the summer between their junior and senior years in 11 days, and again for only $3,500. And seeing as I am a college film student, That really gives me hope, because if they can do it, I believe I can too. Never thought I would find inspiration in something so mediocre and obscure. Actually, counting my reviews of Wrong Turn and Hatchet 2, this makes 3 movies in a row I reviewed that are relatively obscure. Who wants to see my obscurity dance? Yeah, I didn't think so. By the way, if you didn't see those last 2 reviews, you can find them right on my channel. But I digress. So to wrap it up, ThanksKilling is insultingly stupid, ludicrously over the top, and so bad it's good kind of B-movie quality. And as a film itself, I would normally give this a 3 out of 10. Terrible. However, considering the origins of the film and the nature of it itself, I could actually bump it up to a 6 out of 10. That's fair. And that's just me seeing it alone. Considering the premise alone and the fact that the villain is a killer turkey, it's really not that bad. Probably a blast to watch with friends. And you're really not going to be wasting that much time. This film is short. Really short. It's an hour and 6 minutes long. Also, it has no rating. The filmmakers could not afford a rating. Suffice it to say, it most definitely would have been rated R. The turkey cusses a lot, and the gore effects aren't bad either. So my advice, why not give it a shot? I mean, you can get it online for free. Just go on IMDb. I also heard that Netflix has it. Also, look forward to more, because the film ends literally with the title, "To be continued, in space." As if it wasn't ridiculous enough, they're currently raising money, and the release date is set for November 1st of next year, 2012. Not sure what else to say except Happy Thanksgiving. See you next time.